Good day, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I am John, and once again, we will be taking a look at toys. In this instance, we'll be taking a look at the Marvel Legends series 2-pack, Marvel's Rogue, and Marvel's Pyro. And before we go into looking at the figures itself, let's look at the awesome packaging that the guys at Hasbro has for us. The recent 2 packs that they have released are dressed like so. Their trade dress are like alike with that. What is this? Warm gray color with the X. For everyone's information, I mostly collect only Marvel Legends that are related to the X-Men. So most of the Marvel Legends that you will see on this channel are mostly X-Men related, and mostly the 90s, 90s X-Men and other X titles. I made a exception for this one because I would like a Pyro. So the packaging offers a nice window, product window, so you can see the figures inside the packaging. I'm really concerned with how Hasbro will be going about with their Legend series and their other figures like the Lightning Collection, Power Rangers, the Ectoplasma or whatever collection for the Ghostbusters, GI Joe Classified. If they go greener, how would you how would they do the packaging if they are limiting plastics in their packaging? So anyway, um, at the side of this box, you could see a Anna Marie here, Rogue, Rogue. The back, same artwork, and Pyro here, Saint John Allardyce. Is that the how you would pronounce his name? I never really met anyone that is named after a saint with a saint in his name, Saint John Allardyce. Is that correct? Or hi, and that's it. Some backstory. I really like Pyro. Pyro was a member of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. As far as I remember, Pyro never served under Magneto, who was the founder of that team, the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. But he did serve under Anna Marie's stepmom or mother figure, Mystique. He was also a member of Freedom Force, if I'm correct. Correct me if I'm wrong. Alongside the fellow alumni of the Brotherhood, Blob, and Avalanche. I do not remember if they served under the Brotherhood together, but I remember this is the costume Rogue was wearing. She stole Miss Marvel's, Captain Marvel's, Carol Danvers' powers. Okay, so that's enough backstory and looking at the packaging. Let's get them out so we could play with them and have a look at the figures itself. And okay, now we have them out of the box. They're a nice set of figures. Double two more Marvel Legends to the collection. Rogue comes with an alternate head, a very angry head. It looks old. She looks old in this sculpt. Trademark white highlights on brown hair for Rogue here, and his her I mean her default head is that nice smiling head of Rogue. Looks like a really nice southern belle. especially with the long gloves here, which of course is functional her in her case. It is a functional fashion statement. Rogue's power is she absorbs life forces or absorbs power through her touch. Actually, any contact with her bare skin, which makes her one of the more powerful mutants. Um, this is a variation of her classic costume. The scarf. The scarf is a separate piece which can be removed when you remove her head. Once again, I am thankful that the paint job on my copy is nice. Some slight misalignment on the eyes. I think the left eye is a bit higher than the right eye and doesn't fall smack right into that eyeball sculpt. But it's okay. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. You can see that. I am thankful that the white pipings on her costume and the X is nicely painted on or printed on. There is some chipping here on the right side. The left side is clean, very clean. Also the hem of her skirt is nice. Is this yeah? This is made out of a softer plastic, so it bends if you of course if you bend it too much it will crease. Um which is okay since it's part of her costume. Also the white on her boots. It's a bit sloppy on mine, but it's not that bad. She also comes with a pair of alternate hands. The default, I have Power Blast hands of the Marvel female line, Marvel Legends female um, figures. I have plasma bolts. I have telekinesis. I have weather controlling powers hands. So she also has that. Mm. Oh, they did not give her a bare hand because a bare ungloved hand because that would be weird since her gloves are up to her biceps. So just gloved hands for this rogue version. Mm, she has some nice pouches here. Just noticed paint spillage here on this side. On the other side, it's cleaner. Um, Nice white scarf thing. Is this made out of rubber or softer plastic? I'm not sure. So that's for Rogue. Looking at the other figure, Saint John Allardyce Pyro. If you're familiar with him, maybe you're more familiar with the movie version, the teenager version. But I remember him having the legacy virus. I think he was one of the mutants who died from the. He died from the legacy virus, if I'm not mistaken, from the 90s. If you are familiar with that storyline, he comes with fireball hands. This is the same fireball hands that came with Sunfire, the one with the red and white costume, his original costume, which was what he wore in his first appearance in Giant Size X-Men 1. So same accessories which you can place on his closed fist arm so that it looks like he's throwing fire or it's gonna smack you with fire. You just position it tightly like so. He also comes with an alternate head, a pyromaniac head, smirking or smiling head that looks terrifying actually. If you've seen a guy handling flame and he's smiling like that, run. His default head is also has that same feel, but this one is a smirking one, like he's preparing to hit you with a fireball one. This one is like he's hitting you with fire, and he's loving every minute of it. This one is like, I'm gonna hit you with a fireball. Mm. And his fireball fell. I got the fireball. Let's remove that. He does not come with any alternate hands. Um, so let's look at the details of this guy. He has removable. Yeah, stand there, rogue. He has removable um accessories. Actually, they could have given us Spitfire, like some newer fire effects for this one. Actually, I'm gonna try something. Wait. What I was trying to do, which does not work actually. But if they could have given us same port for this and this one, actually could fashion. Excuse me. Actually, you could fashion a port for this. Put it like that. That looks cool. Like having him fire his flames. Mm-hmm. These tubings can be removed from his backpack. Also, this whole setup. What do you call this? I do not know what you call this piece of clothing. Um, I have it on the tip of my hand. Of my tongue. It's like what the musketeers wore. You could remove this actually. This is removable. You just remove his head uh, and remove the tubings, and it just there's a peg here that goes into his back, and then you can use the other head, and then to remove this part, you can just slide it off here. Remove his hand first. And then put back his hand. To, and there we have him without his fire contraption thing. I think the main difference between Saint John here and Shiro Yashida Sunfire is that he can control flames, but he can't produce his own flames. So he needs a machine or somebody who can create flames on his own, and then he can take control of that flame. The details on this figure without his flame thing, his backpack, and this vest or whatever is plain. So if you just have him like this, he looks really plain. Better if you just put it back. Let's just put it back. You have the option of having the tube things here, or not. You could just leave it off, and he looks fine without it actually. The yellow they used here is too bright for me, while the orange they used here is too dull and muted for me. The red on the boots is nice. Does it match? I think it matched well with the vest thing. The sculpt They sculpted the diamond thing on his on this piece, and which is also nice. Thankful that the paint job here on my copy is nice. There is some detailed dry brush technique on the hair to give it more volume. Um, he mainly features basic Marvel Legends articulation. He has a butterfly joint. Um, the shoulder joint allows him to raise his hand sideways as well as 360 rotation. He has some bicep swivels, double jointed elbows, wrist rotation, inward outward movement for his wrists, his hands, an ab crunch for him to lean forward and also to arc his back. Head is on a uh, ball joint with the hinge at the neck for looking down and looking up. The ball joint allows him some wiggly waggly movements in his head, allows him to tilt his head sideways a bit, to the left as well. Of course, since it's a ball joint, it allows full rotation 360 of his head. This part of his costume allows his head freely actually to 360 and does not impede any articulation. He has a thigh swivel. His hip joints allow him to split his legs as much, allows him to kick it high that much, and buttock sculpt prevents him from kicking backwards. He has double jointed knees, very nice, and a bootcut swivel, as well as his feet can point down and point up and has ankle tilts. So pretty articulated figure for Saint John here, or Pyro as he is called. Um, Now we just need a new blob and an avalanche. They already released a white costumed Mystique, which is would be perfect for their Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. And we have, of course, classic Rogue here, sporting the thigh high boots. We haven't taken a look at her articulation. Actually, something I noticed about this figure, she has thicker thighs than most of the female figures that we have, and a rounder booty. I guess this would make her more stable to stand. Yeah, thicker thighs and a bigger booty. This piece of skirt um, kind of impedes articulation of her kicking forward. She has double jointed knees as well. Can point his her toes downwards and upwards like so. She has ankle articulation, so some tilts there. Mid torso ball joint, which is her ab crunch, as well as back arc. Can move to side a bit, can twist a bit. No full waist rotation. Her head is on a ball joint and on a hinge, so that she can look up, look down. So the scarf is kind of messing with her articulation for looking down, but it's okay. Normal shoulder, no butterfly joint. Can raise her hand sideways like so, and it allows full rotation. No bicep swivel. The swivel is on the her elbow, so that you could manipulate that arm. No double jointed elbows as well. Has wrist rotation as though, and can move inwards outwards. To change that, you just twist it off. and place this open fingered one, and that's it. Um, there's I wish they include flight stands for flying figures of Marvel Legends. We could really use flight stands for figures like Storm, Rogue, and other characters that fly. I have nothing much more to say about these figures. I like the Rogue. I like the Pyro. I wouldn't have bought this if I didn't like them. I'm building up Rogue's gallery, villains gallery of the X Men. So I'm starting to buy up more Marvel Legends of the villains. Before I usually stick with just the protagonists, mostly the good mutants, the X Men or the other X groups. But now I'm starting to branch out and get some villains. I got Mr. Sinister. I got some Apocalypse thing going. The Age of Apocalypse one and the other bath. I got Magneto, which is kind of weird since Magneto is a wishy-washy character that sometimes hang with the good boys, sometimes leads the bad guys. So that sort of thing. I'm wishing I have a blob, an avalanche. I did not get that Mystique. Still looking for that Mystique. And that's it. I'm just rambling now, so I'm gonna finish this video. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments, suggestions, or questions, please do type them below. Please do like the video if you want. Please do like. Please do subscribe to the channel, and if you do subscribe, please do click on that notification bell so that you know when I'll be uploading other stuff. I upload toy stuff, comic stuff, and basketball stuff sometimes. And what else? And that's it. Let's all stay home, stay safe. If you cannot stay home and we have to go out, let's all practice safety measures. Wearing a mask is not for yourself, it's for other people around you. It's a courtesy. And so let's all be courteous to each other. Wearing also a face mask is a courtesy to others so that we don't spread around our particulates. Okay. Also, wash your hands. Let's all keep safe. Okay. Let's try this pandemic as healthy as we can. So, thank you guys. Thank you for watching. See you guys again in the next video. And let's all have fun with our toys, I guess. Bye, guys.